Well, I may as well use this as an opportunity to talk about some of the weapons in the game, I think. Um, so, where do we stand? Bog standard assault rifle. It is an assault rifle. It does assault rifle things. It's good at range. It's okay at shorter ranges. Jack of all trades, master of none. Both packages are good depending upon your preferred style. The assault is the overall option. Again, just more damage, more accuracy, better sights to work with. Whereas marksman package is more for players who want to stay at range, try and stay out of combat. It's a good headshotting weapon if you are much more inclined towards sniping and staying at range. This is a good weapon pickup for you, and relatively cheap again. You get the base rifle for free, and then you're just paying 500 to make it better. Another option is picking up the 400 cost SMG. Again, good close range weapon, shorter range than the standard rifle is. I believe the way it works out, this default rifle has 70 range, 70 meters. The marksman package upgrades that to about 100. Then you've got the SMG, which I believe is 45 meters. Believe the UA9 is 45 meters. We have the Bullshark, which was recently upgraded to 45 meters reach, which is quite strong. The way this works, so again, the damage is correct here, but you've got to keep in mind the modifiers. Body shots 2.5 damage, headshots 4 times damage. So it's possible to pump a lot of damage out of this very quickly. This of the base version versus the upgrade packages, you're probably getting the most bang for your buck out of the base package. At point blank range, you can drop a unupgraded or unbattle suited officer in 2 shots. With battle suit 3, if you get a headshot in there, you will do it in 2 anyway. Either way, very powerful. Incendiary package, you lose all shield damage. So that means if you come across a officer with even say 2-3 points of shields, you're going to be doing 1 damage to those shields. It really does impact your ability to deal with officers. However, you do get 3 times damage against infantry and structures. The structure damage is terrible. You do around 105, 115 damage per shot. Yes, that's better than the next to no damage you get otherwise, but it's not efficient. Really, if you're taking incendiary, it is because you want to drop targets as quickly as possible. Hey, Orange. I personally don't think incendiary upgrade is worth it currently. Unless they increase the structure damage, I don't feel like it's giving you enough benefit. And to give you some idea, it's going to do roughly, 700 damage per shot against Iron Guards. Yes, that sounds great. But the Slug package is the real anti-Iron Guard package. You get more range. You go down to 1 solid slug per shot. But it's doing 600 damage to Iron Guards. It's also staggering them. And it's able to do this at much longer ranges. You've got a lot more flexibility with the Slug package. And I do recommend, rather than running the incendiary, run slugs. And you will not be putting yourself in those dangerous situations trying to bring down Iron Guards. And you'll be almost as effective as the incendiary package. So, the ubiquitous grenade launcher. It's a grenade launcher. It works on almost everything. The only issue this weapon has is its low ammo. You will very quickly run out of those 24 grenades, and then you're in the awkward situation where you can't do anything. It is a good all-around weapon. You can harass vehicles with it, you can deal with structures with it, and you can deal with infantry with it. And it will also knock down or stagger Iron Guards, as well as giving you some good damage there. Probably most importantly is the fact that this is the weapon you need to use against the Aegis. We will discuss that a bit later. Aegis battlesuits are able to put up shields, and this weapon does the most damage to those shields and is your go-to. The smoke launcher upgrade is good. The issue is that you lose all your damage for it. But again, being able to spam smoke everywhere can be very handy for denying your enemy options to attack, and can open up a lot of options with the shotgun, SMG. Yeah. Again, it's a good upgrade. It's just not really needed. Just spending the 1200 for a regular grenade launcher and killing things is generally better than covering everything in smoke. But if you're running a team and you want smoke, it is a good upgrade. ATR rifle. It's an AT weapon, which is nice. Some people think that it's anti-infantry. It is not. It's really for dealing with armor and structures. Can do good damage to officers if you can land the hits, but not reliable. Good all-round weapon, but overpriced in my opinion for what it can do. If you want to deal with iron guards, go and get the bull shark shotgun, get slugs for it, and it will operate basically the same as this weapon. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Go and get the slug shotgun upgrade and test it versus an ATR. It's nice having a AT weapon in your primary weapon slots, but I feel like it's a bit overcosted for what it does. But it's nice. It's a pistol. You ran out of ammo. That's probably why you're using this. Don't get this upgrade. It's not worth it. You get more bullets, but it's a burst fire weapon and not fast burst. It's like a dum. It's not worth the 800. A luxury pickup. You've got money, nothing else to do with it. You can pick one of these up, but it's a thing. SAM, go to AT. It is infinite range. It hits hard versus structure and armor. Very limited ammo though. Four missiles. So you need access to resupply to really take advantage of this. That said, if you have all of your ammo and you find a power reactor, you can just destroy it. So it's all good. Good AT weapon, well costed at 1500. You can do a lot of damage with it, but don't waste shots firing at infantry or iron guards with it. There are much better targets. The LMG. If you are a good FPS player, this is probably going to be your go-to. This is for just putting damage downrange. Again, solid choice. Do keep in mind that head clicking with this is less effective, as you see 2 times for headshots. That said, considering the way the sights on this thing work, or don't work, don't go expecting many headshots. Gauntlet Cpc. It's a gimmick. It's a heavy grenade launcher with an EMP effect. If you want to disable vehicles, I recommend you pick up an exploit suit and hack them. If you are not an exploit and you really need a way of disabling a vehicle, then you can spend the massive premium of 2,500 for one of these and wait for that long charge up, and best of luck to you. Kicks like a mule, very unwieldy, no crosshair, can't ADS. Maybe it's your thing, but not a fan. Bioinjector, great. 3 uses per magazine, gives a speed boost and heal. It's good. You should probably take one. It will save your life. You can also use it to heal others, so whether that be other officers or infantry. It's good, and it's cheap. I do recommend. It's a frag grenade. If you can hit with it, you might do some good damage, and it's cheap, but generally you'll find these quite disappointing. Get a grenade launcher. Flash grenades. There's potential there now that the grenades have been buffed, but I'm not sold on it. 3 of them for 500. If you can get a hit on an officer, it may buy you enough time to get a free kill. Will be interesting to see how some people do with this. Smoke grenade, good pickup. If you're not running Bioinjector, you should probably be picking up one of these. 3 smoke grenades is enough that you'll be able to get in on a set of iron guards and put shotgun to them. And it can also work as a decent escape tool. Just keep in mind that enemy players are likely to figure out what you're doing quite quickly and punish you. But again, if you're just trying to get away from some Iron Guards or Scouts, will do good work. Resupply Crate. These are really handy. The only issue is that they are contending with your rocket launcher, your LMG, or your CPC for whatever reason. But again, if you can get one of these down in a good location, your commander hasn't got armories available to you, a good pickup and cheap. If you're planning ahead or playing with a team, bringing one of these along on someone to keep everyone else resupplied is definitely worth it. Mines, they're really good. Again, the problem is they're competing with your LMG and rocket launcher slot. But again, putting down some of these, each officer can have 6 of these down. They do good AT damage. They will also kill basic infantry, but really the benefit is the amount of damage they'll do to tanks and other vehicles. If you are worried about armor or about flanks, putting these down is worth it. And if you're putting them down in roughly the same area, you will get a notification when they go off, which will allow you to respond to flanks. Can be very useful for dealing with your tunnel visioning. A good pickup. The only issue is contending with the all-important rocket launcher and LMG. These weapons are so cost-effective. The 1500 cost, you really should be picking one of these up early if you are dealing with specific threats. You will get value out of them always, every time. Moving on to Axeron. Basic combat rifle, similar to what you're getting with GSF. A little bit better rate of fire. The package upgrades, again, it's largely more of the same. Flux package is just the assault package that you get with GSF. The difference here is that Marksman package and Spec Ops package are quite different. Spec Ops is a burst mode. Again, still accurate, but really for this, you need to be crouching to keep shots on target, whereas the Marksman's much more manageable to keep shots on target. SMG. SMG, you've got an equivalent package to the tactical package on the GSF SMG. This one's slightly shorter range, to my knowledge, so where the UA9 goes up to 45 meters, I'm pretty sure this one only goes up to 40, but you can go full CQC on this, and this is the deadlier weapon. The mag package, which GSF don't have an equivalent to, is turning this into a support weapon. So rather than being raw damage, it's about putting a stat effect on enemy officers with every 5th shot. That's every 5th shot in the magazine. So every 5th shot of a magazine will inflict a debuff, disabling their abilities and stopping their shield regen. So again, good support weapon, but you sacrifice your own effectiveness. If you're looking at being a sort of second line support fire with another officer, then there are uses for it, but otherwise if you're running an SMG, I would recommend the CQC package. Shockwave. This is the Axeron's equivalent to the shotgun. However, it fires a single projectile that goes through walls, and it can be oppressive as all heck. Good weapon. Never bothered with the upgrade. The upgrade is currently a downgrade in pretty much every way, but the stock weapon can give you a lot of control in close quarters combat where there's a lot of cover involved, and at point blank range you can 2-shot an enemy officer with it. So yes, very powerful, if somewhat unorthodox weapon. MRPG, Axeron grenade launcher effectively. The default mode fires a single projectile which will airburst once it gets to a set distance. The distance is set by aiming down sight, and it will give you a distance notification on the scope there. Max range is 85 meters, and if used properly, you can shut down entire infantry pushes or kill off phalanxes with this. However, it's got a pretty low DPS. So the time it takes to actually put out that damage is quite slow, and there's a lot of damage fall off on the blast, so unless you're getting direct hits, you're definitely not going to be getting that 650 damage. But it can be very good for locking down a corridor with those 12 shot clips. You can put a lot of suppressive fire down. If you want to be killing things, you really want the cluster upgrade. Essentially what that does is it turns it into a 2-clip size, but all of the shots are in those shots. So you imagine you're firing 6 shots at once, but then they're clustering on the other end instead of firing them individually. Does allow you to really clear areas very quickly, but you don't have that kind of suppressive effect you had with the default. So you can be quite easily overwhelmed. You spend a lot of time reloading, and you will run out of ammo very quickly as well. Ampor, equivalent to the ATR rifle. This is overall the better version. You've got a much nicer scope to work with. It has a slightly higher rate of fire. It is better, but again, it is overpriced for what you are getting. Really, if this is your preferred method of AT, fine, but I do feel like it's very much a luxury purchase and probably the last thing you will ever get in your kit. Once again, it's a pistol. You ran out of ammo, you got to use something. Meanwhile, the upgrade pistol is significantly more potent. It is not a powerful weapon by any means, but again, it is an improvement over the PZ9. And if you can get headshots with this, you will see results. It is nice, but still, it's a backup weapon. You are not going to be running around using this as a main weapon. The Axeron rocket launcher. So where the GSF have a burst fire 2-shot rocket launcher, the GSF have a single shot with more ammo. So again, you're able to do more damage over time with this, but it is not going to have the kind of burst damage that the SATM has for the GSF. Still a good pickup, well costed, and very effective. The ISW is generally the preferred LMG. It's got better sights than the GSF LMG, slightly lower damage per shot, but higher rate of fire, and a very good weapon. A lot of people swear by this weapon. The Mazer. This is a dedicated AT weapon. It can be used on infantry, builds up damage over time, but really you want this for burning down buildings or for dealing with heavy armor that's got protection from projectiles. APDS will block a lot of shots, but this doesn't care. Reactive armor will stop shots from this, but not for long, as the high rate of fire means that you're going to burn off any reactive armor very quickly and then start doing health damage. A good weapon, very expensive though, so but worth the premium. You can get a lot of work done with this weapon. Emergency shield back. Activate this to gain a massive, unbeatable level of shields, but it doesn't last long, and when it runs out, you will have no shields for 5 seconds. So be very careful, really, for getting out of bad situations, but if you use this too soon, you will be left vulnerable. It's a HE grenade. Kind of the same as the GSF one. Mediocre. Kind of a big letdown, but if you like grenades, it exists. Meanwhile, you have the EMP grenade, and yeah, this is great. So you're getting 2 of these. They will shut down or EMP a target for 8 seconds. So that's 8 seconds of locking down any vehicle. If you hit an officer with it, it will remove their shields. Just be careful of hitting yourself with it, because that would be bad. Good pickup. It's an ammo crate, but in blue. Same as GSF ones. And proximity mines, same as GSF mines. Perfectly usable. Only issue is contending with heavy weapons. So